Hey everybody, Fred McKinnon here with Ecom Catalyst. Today I want to talk to you about one of the biggest things you should totally avoid when it comes to managing your Amazon PPC, okay? I would avoid this at all costs, and I think overall it's probably one of the biggest failures that I see when we're analyzing Amazon PPC accounts. Now, why listen to me? Well, a quick background. My name again is Fred McKinnon. I'm the owner, the founder of Ecom Catalyst. We're an Amazon marketing agency. We help brands grow and scale profitably on Amazon. But I've been in the game for over 20 years, okay? I was a seller on Amazon when it was called a Z Shop, then when it was called the Marketplace, and finally, when it transitioned into what we now know as Amazon Seller Central. Over 2 decades and $100 million in revenue, okay? I was selling on Amazon before there was anything called FBA. I was selling on Amazon before there were any type of ads. So I've seen a lot myself learning how to do my own ads over many, many years, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in ads. And now, as the owner of Ecom Catalyst, our team is in and out of many, many Amazon accounts that we're working with for our brands. In addition to some clients that don't wind up being clients of ours, we just do audits for them. And we can do an audit and look at your PPC and look at your Amazon account and make plans for how you could actually grow your sales on Amazon. And what we have seen across all of these audits is consistently one thing that we really try to ask people to avoid, okay? I'm gonna tell you all about it in this video. Now, the one thing I would avoid at all costs is focusing too heavily on ACOS. ACOS, A-C-O-S. It's an acronym that stands for Advertising Cost of Sale. Now, if you're watching this video and you think, man, that's it? That's your silver bullet? Let me explain why it's so important, okay? Now, just a quick background if you want to understand a little bit about this. Amazon's ACOS, Advertising Cost of Sale, it's a metric and it's calculated in this fashion. You take the amount of money that you have spent on advertising and you divide it into the total amount of attributed sales from advertising. Now, attributed sales refers to sales that were a direct result of someone clicking on your ad and purchasing. So we have two measurements for sales. Attributed sales, which is what I just described. Those are sales that are the direct result of someone clicking on your ad and buying. And then we have organic sales. Those are sales that happen when someone naturally just finds your product. They just happen to see it, and it's not a sponsored product. It's not a sponsored brand on Amazon. That's how you recognize ads on Amazon. If you're scrolling through Amazon and you see search results or you see listings or any kind of advertisement or placement, many times they look identical to the normal placements, but you see little tiny writing, italicized word, sponsored. That is an advertisement. Someone is paying for that to be there, okay? So ACOS, again, that is the metric that you get when you take the amount of advertising money that you've spent into the attributed sales. So for example, if you spent $100 in ads and you got $1,000 of attributed ads. So out of the $100 in ads that you spent, people clicked on it and bought $1,000 worth of sales. Then 100 divided by 1,000 is 10. Your ACOS, advertising cost of sale, is 10%, okay? Now, ACOS is a very important metric, but it is one that people focus way too heavily on when they're trying to run their PPC. And what we find is that focusing too heavily on that takes you away from the big picture and often really suppresses your ability to scale your PPC successfully. I would be much more interested in total ACOS, T-A-C-O-S, a word we all love, tacos. Everybody loves tacos, right? Tacos, total ACOS, is when you take the amount of advertising you've spent into total sales, both your organic sales and your attributed sales. A much more important metric to track for sure. Now, I want to just run through a few reasons why focusing too heavily on ACOS is something that a lot of sellers do at their own peril, all right? Number one, they're focusing very heavy on profitability. And we all want to be profitable, right? But when you're trying to run a low ACOS so that you can be more profitable, you're often really undervaluing your bids. You're really missing out on market share. And more importantly, click share, and impression share, okay? Now, I want to talk about margin for a minute because it's important. Let's say that you're selling a widget for $100. Amazon takes 15% Amazon referral fee commission. So we take the 100, then we subtract out the 15%. So you're at 85 now. Let's say they take another $5 to fulfill it. So now you're at 80. And let's say it cost you $30 to manufacture that product. So when you sell it at 100, after all that, you're only getting 50. Okay, well, then you're able to calculate what your margin is on that, okay? And when you calculate your margin, if you schedule and set up your Amazon PPC so that your ACOS is equal to or less than the margin, then on your attributed sales, you're either breaking even or you're actually profitable. And that's a good thing overall. It's a very good thing to pay attention to. But what happens in most accounts that we look at, they're so hyper-focused on keeping their ACOS low, one piece of the puzzle, that they miss on big opportunities to increase total sales, grow market share, boost overall profitability. That's right, boost overall profitability. It goes against what rational thinking would be, but when you work so hard to lower your ACOS so that your ad sales can be profitable, you often hurt your profitability because your overall sales go down, all right? Look, there's something we call the Amazon Flywheel. And the Amazon Flywheel is basically search, find, buy, SFB. People searching for your item, finding your item, either via ads or organically, and buying your item. And when they do that, by clicking on whatever the ad was or the listing was, then you have an increase in your organic rank for that keyword. Let's say, for example, that I'm searching for fishing pole, okay? Lightweight fishing pole, all right? Well, when I search lightweight fishing pole, if I find the ad and I click on it and I buy it, that tells Amazon that, hey, when people search lightweight fishing pole, they actually like to find this product. They click on it the most and they buy it, all right? That increases my organic rank so that over time, the more people that type lightweight fishing pole will just find my product naturally, organically, without me having to spend money on the ad. But for that to happen, you have to have impressions for that keyword. You have to have clicks, click-through rate, CTR for that keyword. You have to have sales and conversions for that keyword. Now, other people are going to be bidding on that keyword too. And it might be that to really dominate that keyword, you have to bid higher and your ACOS, advertising cost of sale for that particular keyword or that campaign, is going to be higher than you would want. Maybe even higher than what your profitability is. But in doing so, you increase rank and you increase total overall market. So number one, focusing solely on ACOS ignores a bigger picture of that flywheel, okay? Because it's this constant motion in the flywheel of ad deliverability, discovery, impressions, click-through rate, and the more impressions you get and the better click-through rate you get, the more conversions you get. And the more conversions you get, the higher the ranking of your keywords happens. And the higher of the ranking of the keywords happen, the more clicks and conversions you get, and your sales grow and your sales grow over time. Ideally, you have your sales that were a result of ads, and then you have your organic sales, and the organic sales increase and go higher and higher and higher and higher. But if you are hyper focused on ACOS and you cut your spend down and you cut your spend down because, oh, I'm spending too much on that keyword because now it's at 40%, which is higher than my 35% ACOS, and you cut that keyword down, you lose visibility on that keyword and the flywheel slows down. You do have to pay attention to ACOS. It's important, but it's just one thing. Low ACOS doesn't necessarily equal high profit. Chasing a super late ACOS, it will lead you to cut your spending on high converting and competitive and sometimes expensive keywords that are critical to your success, okay? Sure, I only got an 8% ACOS. We hear that all the time. My ACOS is only 8%. Well, your sales suck, okay? Right? Sorry. And we have people come to us all the time and they're like, we're coming to you because we've been losing market share for 2 years and we want Ecom Catalyst to take over our account. And we look, and the first thing often that we see is, well, you're only spending about 6% of your total sales in ads, which is not enough. And you've got a great, really low ACOS, but the bulk of your ads are coming, your sales are coming through ads. You're not getting ranked, you're not getting the flywheel going. And so sure, you've got this really low ACOS and it looks good, but your total revenue, and most importantly, your sales velocity is suffering. Amazon wants velocity. Amazon wants high click-through rates and high conversion. And the more click-through rate you have, the higher click-through rate and conversion you have, the more Amazon's just gonna push your listing out and push your listing out. They're gonna find that it's highly relevant for that search term, and they're gonna push that out more and more. When you're hyper-focused on keeping your ACOS super low, you miss out on that. You know, it kills your ranking momentum. When you cut your PPC spend so low so that your ACOS can be really slow, it hurts the flywheel, it hurts organic ranking, it decreases your BSR, bestseller rank, less visibility, and fewer sales, both paid and organic. Now, another thing to think about is if you have a product that is often repeated in purchase, has a lifetime value, LTV, something consumables, for example, then that's all the more reason to not hyper focus on ACOS, because even if you maybe aren't profitable or you break even on that first purchase, if this is something that has high intent for repeat frequency, subscribe and save products, for example, having a higher ACOS is fine because you're spending more and you're getting more sales, you're getting more velocity, and ultimately it's going to be more profitable, not less profitable, okay? Sometimes high ACOS is strategic, okay? When you aggregate all of your campaigns and you try to hit a certain ACOS target without looking at the bigger picture, you'll often lose the ability to aggressively rank on very important search terms. There are hero search terms that are super important. Like, for example, if we go back to our fishing example, if lightweight fishing rod was one of the main hero search terms for my product, I specifically made it to be lightweight, easy to carry, a great fishing rod. That's one of the things I think people would search to find my product. That's my images, my optimization, some of my selling points focus on the fact that this is a very lightweight fishing rod. Then I want to rank organically high up for that keyword. But to do that, I may have to spend more money. I may have to, for example, put that keyword in exact match format and put a top of search multiplier so that I'm always showing up in the top 3 spots there, sponsored, so I can really get visibility for that keyword to kick off that flywheel and to keep the click-through and the conversion and the purchases going more and more until it just grows and grows and grows. If I'm hyper-focused on ACOS, that's not gonna happen, okay? So those are some of the reasons that I don't want you to pay attention to that. If I had to choose something to tell you to look at, I would be much more interested in saying to look at total ACOS and then look at your margin, but also pay high attention to your total spend, okay? Pay attention to your ranking. Okay, so great. Your ACOS is a little too high, right? But how is your BSR? How is your ranking? Are you improving in your rankings? And more importantly, is the organic share of your purchases going up? That's what you want to see, all right? This is something we see all the time. And at Ecom Catalyst, it's something that I feel like we can help you with, all right? Knowing this mistake is just the first step. And it's much more complicated than just ignoring ACOS, because you do not ignore it. It's very important. You just can't hyper-focus on ACOS. So many accounts we look at, when the client comes to us, they're losing share, market share, they're losing sales, but they're very happy about their low ACOS. And when we begin to work our PPC restructuring, they might panic at first and they say, my ACOS has gone up 10% since you guys started. I was at 8% and now you're at 18%. You just have to be patient and watch this play out, okay? So if that's something we can help you with, we'd love to. We do it all the time. It's part of our full service that we do at Ecom Catalyst. If you're watching this, you're like, man, that's me. I could sure use some help. Visit our site at ecomcatalyst.com, request a free consult, request an audit of your account. we would be happy to do that, help you scale and grow, okay? Now, after you do that, I'd love for you to check out some more of the videos on our channel. For example, we have one that we recently put out that's very important and timely, and it's about understanding Amazon's new AI listing updates, okay? So even if you know PPC, even if you've kind of got that mastered, there's so many other aspects of managing an Amazon account that are critical. This is one of those. Amazon's starting to automatically modify your titles to make your titles more compliant with what they want, and they have AI making suggestions. If you don't approve those suggestions, they'll go live without your consent. And sometimes they're just wrong, completely wrong. Sometimes they're good, okay? So check out the video we recently dropped, Understanding Amazon's New AI Listing Update Changes, so you can learn more about that. And while you're here, I always like to end by thanking you for watching this channel, watching this video. We're so happy to have you here. There's a million Amazon guru people out there that you can watch. I've been at it for 2 decades, have a lot of experience under my belt, and have gotten followers that have grown to trust us, okay? To know that we're giving you content that is actionable, that is solid, that you can use. If you like that, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up this video, comment on there, let me know where you are, where you're watching from, and I appreciate you watching.